This week on I'm Just Saying, rappers are going into jail, rappers are coming home from jail. Congressman Peter King wages war on American Muslims, and the NAACP is beefing with Kid Rock. Rapper Young Buck is facing 10 years in prison. Young Buck has been indicted on a gun possession charge. He allegedly was in possession of a .40 caliber handgun, and he's a felon. I've heard terms like city slick, country dumb, but this dude, he's felony stupid. Buck's career has been on a downward spiral since 50 Cent gave him the boot from G-Unit. He's over his head in tax debts, now this. Damn, dude. I'm just saying. Rapper Prodigy has been released from prison. Prodigy served 3 years in prison for criminal possession of a weapon, a firearm. He was released early for good behavior, but will be on parole until 2014. He has released an autobiography chronicling his hip-hop lifestyle and his trouble with law enforcement. I dare to call this a page-turner. I'm just saying. Female rap artist Da Brat was also released from prison. She was incarcerated for assault which stemmed from an attack on an Atlanta waitress in 2007. Maybe this is a good look for So Def, the label which she is signed to. Bow Wow left. So Def no longer has this huge billboard that read, "Welcome to Atlanta, home of So Def." Cafe Dupree closed down. And let's just say the economy has taken a real toll on Mr. Jermaine Dupri. Can Da Brat save the day for So Def? I don't know. I'm just saying. Muammar Gaddafi, a.k.a. the second most popular man in the news. Come on, we all know that at this rate he'll never eclipse Charlie Sheen. But Gaddafi is hilarious in some ways. I could never laugh at the masses being enslaved, but he's so disconnected from reality, I have to laugh every time he speaks. Gaddafi really believes his people love him and that Al-Qaeda is putting hallucinogens in the food and beverages being consumed by the rebels. Really? Seems like Gaddafi is the only one hallucinating. Gaddafi's ex-justice minister defected 6 days after the uprising. He is now said to be leading the rebel forces. Ratchetness.com. So does Gaddafi get mad? Does he have a problem? Gaddafi has a problem solver. It's called 400 stacks. Gaddafi is willing to pay $400,000 for the murder of his ex-justice minister / new rebel leader. Where's the loyalty? Where's the love? I'm just saying. Republican Peter King is holding a hearing on Muslim America. King has overwhelming support from his community. His Long Island community has deep ties with the fire department and the police station. King says there is no one in the community that didn't know someone who died during 9/11. Peter King is taking a personal stand against homegrown terrorism, and his focal point is the Muslim American community.
The topic of your hearing is radicalization in the American Muslim community. What are you trying to accomplish?
Several things. One, the same thing that Dennis McDonough, the President's Deputy National Security Advisor, was doing on Sunday. That's to alert the country to the fact that there's been a concerted effort, a change in strategy by Al-Qaeda to recruit and to radicalize Muslim Americans in this country. They realize they can't attack us from the outside the way they did before, so now they're attempting to radicalize and recruit people from within the Muslim community who are living here legally and are under the radar screen.
Really? The only people who could have stopped 9/11 were the people who planned it. As far as homegrown terrorism goes, King is leaving out one thing. While attacking the Islamic community, most of the radicals that are planning terrorist acts are turned in by their own family members. If Muslims are willing to have one of their own family members jailed, likely for life, to save Americans, mostly Christian lives, who's really discriminating here? I'm just saying. Tiki Barber is planning to return to the NFL. The 35-year-old retired at the end of the 2006 season and holds the all-time rushing record for the New York Giants. After 5 years off, one might ask, why? Does he love the game? He's a sportscaster, isn't he? Nope. Sources say Tiki went broke. Mike Freeman, a Giant beat writer at the New York Times, says Barber allegedly cheated on his wife while she was 8 months pregnant with a young intern. Man. The scandal became huge news, and then Tiki lost his job at NBC. His wife divorced him, and she got half. Now he's broke. And I was supposed to believe that it was about the love for the game, Tiki? Epic fail. I'm just saying. Kid Rock is on the NAACP hot seat. Kid Rock is set to receive the Great Expectation Award from Detroit Arms. The NAACP plans to boycott the annual dinner and award ceremony because they say Kid Rock doesn't mesh with their goals. Really? NAACP stands for the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. How could a self-proclaimed redneck possibly mesh with this cause? I'll be the first one to say that the NAACP is being real petty. Kid Rock is said to fly the Confederate flag at his shows. The NAACP is upset because of what the flag once stood for. Racism, etc. I've seen Ludacris perform on the BET Awards in a jumpsuit with a Confederate flag right on the front of it. Listen, as long as Kid Rock doesn't have mock lynchings at his concert, I could care less what he does or what he flies. I'm just saying. Jennifer McMillan, a resident of Park Slope in Brooklyn, is causing a stir in the hip-hop community. McMillan is urging her neighbors to sign a petition against Prom 6. Prom 6 will be a hip-hop club a few doors down from McMillan's residence. The club is located about a block away from the new Nets Arena. Brooklyn native Jay-Z is listed as an investor in this project. Ms. McMillan's petition is not against Prom 6 being a hip-hop club. She wants Prom to be an indie club for local artists who live and perform in the area. I could live with that. Ms. McMillan also went on to say that race was not a motivating factor and that the community would benefit more from an indie venue than it would from, and I quote, selling Hennessy to basketball fans after a Nets game. She has also claimed that the club was nothing but a Yo MTV Raps Bling Bling VIP club. McMillan equates hip-hop to violence and says no one would deny hip-hop's violent history tragically precedes it. Wow. I think this club will open. I don't know how long it'll stay open. Personally, I wouldn't want to live that close to a club, regardless if it was an indie rock club or a hip-hop club. The whole petition is posted on BlazinStreetz.com. My advice to Ms. McMillan is deal with it or move. I'm just saying. Miami Heat fans, there is a God. The Heat's 5-game skid is finally over. The skid started in New York with the Knicks. Carmelo the Knicks beat the Heat by 5. The Heat then blew a 24-point lead in Orlando. After that, they lost by 30 to San Antonio, and that was followed by a loss to Chicago and one to Portland. The Heat has 3 of the NBA's top 12 players, and they lose 5 in a row? After the loss to the Magic, Braun and Wade were at a loss for words in the post-game press conference. When Wade spoke, he loosely said he knows how to win big, and he's playing with players who have never won anything big in their careers. If that wasn't a low blow, I don't know what was. Bosh was in the post-game interview, emptying his tear ducts. Man, dude, you really need to man up. After Sunday's loss to the Bulls, Spoelstra reported that his team gave up more tears in the locker room. There's no crying in basketball. Come on, Miami. This crying game even spawned the birth of a new nickname for Chris Bosh, Bosh Spice. Durant tried to tell the world Bosh was a fake tough guy. Last night, Bosh manned up. D-Wade took control of the game late, and the Heat ended their 5-game skid against LA. For now. Personally, I think Bosh and Braun are pillow soft. If they're to win, Bosh has to realize he is not a 6'11" 2-guard and go down on the blocks and play hard. Braun has to realize that he does not have the clutch gene. He's not Durant. He's not Melo. He must defer to Wade late in the game because he's not capable of hitting game-winning shots. The Heat are now 2-9 or 2-10 in games decided by 5 points or less. Will last night's win against LA be the start of the Heat revolution? My thoughts? Not likely. I'm just saying. That's it for this week. Thanks for watching. Please log on to BlazinStreetz.com for the latest in hip-hop, music, news, videos, and sports. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at BlazinStreetz.com. And don't forget to send your viewer comments. We'd like to hear from you. Please send them to BlazinStreetz@gmail.com. You can catch new episodes of I'm Just Saying every Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm your host, Bishop, and we'll see you next week.